story today is from John chapter 5, 16 through 30. And in this, it's not a story that Jesus is telling. He's talking about himself. And this is where Jesus is saying the things that we're going to say. So I'm going to ask you, we're going to play a game. It's called paraphrase. Paraphrase means in other words. So Jesus is going to say something, and then I'm going to say, in other words, he's saying, and I'm going to point to you and have you hold up the sign that you have in front of you. So now you have Jesus, and when I point to you and I say, now you pick up your sign, you're going to hold your sign up above your head and say Jesus. And Abby, you have the equal sign, so you just pick that up and hold it up like that, and everybody knows equals. And then Preston, you have God, so you pick that up. And David, you have Father. And Darren, you have Son. Okay, where did I put my? Okay, so in our study, okay. So just some little past stuff that we have been learning. Remember how Jesus was doing miracles, right? He turned the water into wine. You guys remember that? He healed the man's son who was like 2 days journey away. Remember that? And Jesus' miracles are not just, wow, interesting stories, but they had a special purpose. They were so that you and I, the hearers of these miracles, and the ones who would see them, would believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God. And by believing, we may have life in his name. And that is written in John 20, verse 30. So those miracles had purpose. So Jesus not only performed miracles so he would know who he is, but he also tells us, not just the miracles, but he tells us. So in John chapter 5, 16 through 30, he is telling us. So I will start reading, and then I'm going to do a paraphrase game, okay? So the first part of the verse is, Jesus answers the leaders who are against him and are trying to hurt him. In his defense, Jesus said to them, so these leaders are accusing him of doing these miracles on a day that you're not supposed to work. That was the Jewish law. So he said, you are breaking the law. You aren't who you say you are, because if you're who you say you are, you would break the law. Jesus replies to them, my Father is always at work to this very day, and I too am working. And for this reason, the leaders tried all the more to kill him. Not only was he breaking the law, but he was even calling God his own Father, making himself equal with God. So the leaders were mad because Jesus was saying something to them that made them very mad. And so now our paraphrase game starts. So Jesus, the Son, calls God his Father. And the leaders were mad because they know that what he's saying is the Son equals the Father. So if you have, Dan, can you pick up your sign? Son? Dan, can you pick this up and hold it up? Okay, the Son and equals, good, Evie, the Father. That's the game. So Jesus is actually saying the Son equals the Father. And Jesus is also saying that Jesus, now you can pick that up, equals God. Turn it around. There you go. Oh my goodness. Jesus equals God. That's what he's saying in these verses. Those leaders were mad. Okay. Go on to what Jesus says. Jesus gave them this answer. Very truly I tell you, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can do only what he sees his Father doing. Because whatever the Father does, the Son also does. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all he does. So our paraphrase game, Jesus is saying whatever the Father does, the Son also does. So he's saying the Father equals equals the Son. Good job. Good job, Dan and David and Abby. Okay, we'll go on. For just as the Father raises the dead and gives them life, even so the Son gives life to whom he is pleased to give it. Oh my. So Jesus is saying, our paraphrase game is, only God raises the dead and gives life. So Jesus is saying, the Father, thank you, David, equals, and you have a lot to do, God. All right, Preston. And then again, the Son, come on, Dan, equals God. Go ahead, Preston. There we go. Son equals God. Okay, Jesus goes on. Good job, guys. Moreover, the Father judges no one, but has entrusted all judgment to the Son, that all may honor the Son, just as they honor the Father. Whoever does not honor the Son does not honor the Father who sent him. So, what is Jesus saying? Our paraphrase game. Jesus is saying the Father entrusts judgment to the Son, so that all may honor the Son, just as all honor God. So, he's saying the Son, Dan, hold that up, there you go, equals, good job, Eddie, God. There you go, Preston. And only God is truly honored. Only God deserves all the praise. So, the Father equals God. Yes. And then also the reverse is true. If you don't praise Jesus, you're not praising God. Whoa, these leaders are like blown away. Like, oh my gosh, are you actually saying that? Finally, Jesus says, not finally, sorry, there's a little bit more. Very truly, I tell you, whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life and will not be judged, but has crossed over from death to life. So, our paraphrase game, Jesus says, who can judge and give eternal life? Only God. And if you believe Jesus, you will cross over from death to life. So he's saying, Jesus, now you pick up Jesus, hold up the sign, equals, Abby, God. Yes, nice smile there, Preston. Okay, a couple more things he said. Very truly, I tell you, a time is coming and has now come when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear will live. So he's talking about spiritually dead people will hear Jesus' voice and hear what he's saying and then believe it, and they will live. For the Father has life in himself, so he has granted the Son also to have life in himself. So our paraphrase game, again, Jesus is saying the Father has life in himself, grants the Son to have life in himself. So the Son, and the Son equals the Father. Thank you, David. Okay. You're just so cute, Preston. And again, he has given him authority to judge because he is the Son of Man. Again, only God can judge. And so another name for Jesus is the Son of Man. So again, Jesus equals God. There you go.
Waiting for his acknowledgement.
Stop. Okay. Last thing he said. Do not be amazed at this. They were standing there like, what are you saying? He's saying, do not be amazed at this, for a time is coming when all who are in their graves will hear his voice and come out. Those who have done what is good will rise to live, and those who have done what is evil will rise to be condemned. By myself I can do nothing. I judge only as I hear, and my judgment is just. For I seek not to please myself, but him who sent me. So the good he is talking about, those who have done good will rise to live, is not good works. It's not I helped somebody, I gave to somebody. That's not what he's talking about. He talks because we know that good works cannot earn eternal life. Eternal life is given, not earned. It's always given on the basis of believing Jesus. So the good that is done is believing Jesus. And this is what Jesus says. So Jesus equals God.
Equals God.
Do you believe this? That is what Jesus is saying. Do you believe this? Do you believe that, Dan? Do you believe Jesus equals God? Yeah. How about you, Preston? Do you believe Jesus equals God? Debbie, do you believe Jesus equals God? Now you have to believe Jesus equals God.
Yes.
Yay! So that is what our that is what our Jesus is saying to us today. We get eternal life when we believe. Who is Jesus? Jesus equals God.
God, dude.
Yay. Thank you.